Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating, the origins of a massive, highly complex AI ecosystem. But here's the kicker. This wasn't built in some sleek Silicon Valley boardroom with millions of dollars in venture capital. No way. It was built entirely from the ground up by an independent creator. We're going to trace this incredible journey from raw, on-the-ground operational intelligence all the way to an intricate, sprawling system of AI orchestration. Let's explore how this completely flips the script on who gets to build the future.
So, I want you to think about this question for a second. Can a delivery route map the blueprint for an AI empire? It kind of sounds like a paradox, right? But for Antonio Mims, this was reality. He started out as a DoorDash driver, just observing how physical logistics actually moved in the real world. And then, he translated those manual, everyday workflows into the mind of an AI systems architect. It's a massive leap, and it's absolutely brilliant.
And it all stems from one simple, incredibly focused philosophy. One bot equals one purpose. You see, this wasn't about trying to build some massive, clunky piece of all-in-one software. It was the realization that true orchestration requires modularity. It's like building with Legos. By giving every single piece of code one distinct, hyper-focused job, you create a foundation that is highly scalable and virtually unbreakable.
Section 1. The spark of operational intelligence.
Okay, let's dive into this timeline, because what started as just manual problem solving, literally just figuring out the most efficient way to deliver food, sparked this intense, undeniable curiosity for automation. It started with months of physical logistics. Then, that curiosity turned into simple Python experiments, just a dark terminal window automating tiny tasks over a few weeks. But that rapidly evolved into a full Telegram infrastructure, which ultimately blossomed into years of building multi-agent AI orchestration. It's a wild progression.
And the connection between these two worlds is just striking. Real-world delivery workflows, like route optimization, milestone tracking, figuring out physical analytics, they literally inspired the scalable digital infrastructure we're exploring today. The physical world basically served as the absolute perfect testing ground for the digital one.
Section 2. Python, Telegram, and Purpose.
Over time, as those operational challenges grew more and more complex, the theory just had to become code. And to be clear, we aren't just talking about playing around with AI chatbots here. This required serious, deep Python automation. It meant building Telegram bots to act as user interfaces, setting up SQLite databases, wiring together API integrations. This kind of intense, independent learning is what transformed a simple curiosity into serious, heavy-duty workflow engineering.
And that brings us to a really fascinating contrast: curiosity versus architecture. In the early days, it's all about simple, isolated Python experiments, right? That's curiosity. It's asking, hey, can I make this one specific thing happen? But as you learn, a visionary shift takes place. You stop thinking about isolated, one-off scripts, and you start moving toward multi-agent thinking. You begin designing orchestrated AI workflows where all these different systems are actually talking to one another and making decisions autonomously.
Now, what's really interesting about this manifesto is that this shift into multi-agent thinking proves something monumental. It proves that independent builders can envision, design, and orchestrate incredibly advanced AI ecosystems entirely on their own. You literally don't need a massive tech conglomerate backing you if you deeply, fundamentally understand systems thinking.
Section 3. Orchestrating the AI ecosystem. The deeper realization became that isolated bots just weren't enough anymore. They needed to coordinate. I want you to visualize the flowing data streams connecting all these platforms. You've got Telegram acting as the central command center, AI orchestration agents routing all the complex logic, Claude Code executing the actual workflows, NotebookLM processing the raw intelligence, Dropbox handling the file pipelines, and an Obsidian memory system serving as this massive interconnected brain. It is a completely stunning digital orchestration map.
To really understand how powerful this is, let's break down the symbiotic workflow. In step 1, NotebookLM is used to organize vast amounts of knowledge and generate media-ready research. It's acting as the ultimate tireless researcher. Then in step 2, Claude Code takes that exact intelligence and actually builds the infrastructure and operational automation around it. When you have these two tools working seamlessly together, you create a massively scalable learning and execution engine.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive implications here. Because these perfectly designed systems, they aren't just for some fun coding project. They can be applied to massive real-world industries, healthcare, logistics, restaurants, elite AI consulting. The exact same systems, derived from optimizing a local delivery route, can literally be used to run the logistics of a hospital. How crazy is that?
Section 4. The Independent Builder's Future.
Now, the evolution of OpsHub is far from over. Eventually, an ecosystem this powerful inevitably expands its borders. We're talking moving into dedicated VPS hosting, scaling up with AWS, building out Discord integrations, and Patreon access systems. This opens up some unbelievable opportunities ahead for Python developers, prompt engineers, and automation architects to team up and collaborate on massive, independent projects.
It really sets up an intriguing dynamic, a true David versus Goliath scenario. On one side, you have the traditional corporate model. Heavily funded, sure, but often bogged down by its own weight and bureaucracy. On the other side, the independent AI ecosystem. It's lean, it's highly adaptable, it's hyper-focused, and it's incredibly capable. We are seeing that independent builders now possess the architectural knowledge to create sophisticated, enterprise-level systems entirely solo.
Which brings us to the ultimate educational goal of this entire journey. This isn't just about building software, it is a blueprint. It teaches exactly how independent AI architecture thinking develops in the modern era. And it proves absolutely unequivocally that operational work right there on the ground directly inspires elite technology systems in the cloud.
And that leaves us with this final, incredibly powerful takeaway. The future belongs to people who can combine AI, automation, and operational intelligence. Because it's not just about knowing how to code, and it's not just about knowing how the real world works. It's about the unstoppable, absolute fusion of both.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought and this vital question to chew on. The blueprint has been laid out. We've seen exactly how a DoorDash route can inspire an entire AI ecosystem through the sheer force of operational curiosity and structured thinking. The tools are out there, and honestly, the corporate gatekeepers are gone. The future truly belongs to those who combine AI and automation. So, what will you build? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time as we continue to break down the most fascinating systems in the world.